Hello, everyone. I want to do something a little bit different today. I want to revisit an older video that I did, but through the lens of DaVinci Resolve. I've actually been teaching myself how to use the program, the free version, by the way, and it's actually a very robust program. So, yeah, I've been working on this for several days now, going through YouTube videos and whatnot, but I think you'll like the results. And with that, let's get into it. Hello, everyone. My name is Stephen Birch, and today I want to do a review on the LG S90TR 7.1.3 surround sound system. Now, a little bit about me. I'm 20-year Air Force vet, turned substitute teacher for my local school district. And I guess the reason why I'm trying to make a video is because I've noticed that a lot of videos for these soundbars they feel scripted and unauthentic. They feel like it's okay, we're just gonna do this video because we have a sponsor. I don't have any damn sponsors. I don't. This is just a regular guy doing an honest review about a piece of tech that I find both equally frustrating and incredible at the same time. So, that said, let's get into it. Okay, so here's the box for the soundbar. If anyone's wondering why this damn box is so freaking big, here's why. So let's go ahead and get into this. As you can already see, it's already been pulled out. I've already had it set up, and I just want to show you what's inside the box. Like, just imagine the soundbar being there. So on the top, you have these two things, and it will hold the soundbar. The soundbar is a beefy boy. Take these out. This cardboard here, remove that. Now, these two boxes right here, all they are is filler. That's it. But you move these, you don't really have to remove those. Your speakers, your rear speakers, are going to go into these right here. Into these, and they're going to be covered with some of this material, and they're going to be wrapped in this. So you got two speakers that go in here, and then you're going to have all your paperwork and nonsense in this box. Pretty sure. And then on one other side, you're going to have your subwoofer. However, you also get these nice little brackets that are supposed to attach. Like, for instance, I've got a C3, an LG C3. So this basically, the backing attaches to the back of the TV, and then you screw in this part to the bottom of the soundbar so that if you want to mount this TV in the soundbar as a unit on your wall, you can do that. However, unfortunately, for whatever reason that I still can't explain myself, is that I didn't get any mounting screws for the actual soundbar, which I'm pretty sure I could probably just order them if I really felt like it. Okay, time for this LG soundbar simple manual. So here's the deal. It's a simple manual. They legit mean simple manual. This thing's bones basic simple. Let me show you why. So it shows you how to basically set everything up, connecting wires, blah, blah, blah. Shows you all the lights, the LED lights that show up at the front of the soundbar. And then after that, it's just specifications. Yeah, it's a bunch of nonsense that you're not really going to care about. Anywho, the thing that you need to care about is these and this. So, if you're an Android user, you need this app, of course, and self-explanatory. If you're an Apple user like myself, you need this. Now, these apps right here, this QR code, basically what it does is when you scan it with your camera app, it brings you to the appropriate app store and allows you to download something called the Soundbar app. The only reason why you need this Soundbar app is to connect your soundbar to the Wi-Fi. Connect it to the Wi-Fi and update it. That's it. Once you have done that, it's going to give you a message telling you that you need to refer to the LG Think Q app to do everything else with the soundbar. Probably says the same thing on this as it does the iOS app, but I'm not sure because I'm not an Android user. Anywho, yeah, this one you need to set up your soundbar. Now, this QR code gives you the digital manual which goes into a lot more depth with certain things. Other things you're going to find yourself having to Google. But yeah, you use this to download your digital manual. Okay, so when it comes to these side speakers, I'm going to turn this around so that you can see all you have is a pairing button. You do not have anything as far as wires are concerned except for your AC cable. Okay, so first things first, you need to make sure that you have a place to set it up. Make sure you have a wall outlet because that's important. Of course, you need power. Now, this one over here, one thing they don't tell you is that this system does not come with any kind of wall mounts or anything. They expect you to purchase that shit by itself. I, luckily, was able to reuse this, which came from my older soundbar. Comes with a little screw that screws into the back right here. And as you can tell, I messed up. I had to reposition it so that it could reach the wall outlet right there. Now, as far as the subwoofer is concerned, this was the best place for me to put the subwoofer simply because not only could I put it on a wall outlet, but if you notice, the actual speaker itself is on this side, which meant the only logical place to put it was on that side of the TV. Now, looking at soundbar, of course, I was able to connect it correct. Okay, so here's the deal. When it comes to setting these things up, you need to plug in your subwoofer first, then your speakers, then your soundbar. And the reason for that is because your subwoofer needs to talk to your speakers first, and then once it syncs with those, you plug in the soundbar so that you have the wireless Bluetooth handshake. See, because if you don't do it that way, then you're going to be like, what the hell is going on? My speaker isn't working. Believe me, you want to do it that way. So now that I have everything set up, I'm going to show you how to use the apps to turn on the soundbar and everything else. Which looks like the soundbar might actually be on already. Anywho, here is my ThinkQ app right there. Now, you'll notice that the soundbar is already on. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the TV. Hold on. Or maybe it's going to turn on. I don't know. Hold on. It should. Or maybe it doesn't want to work for me right now. Either way, if you go into the soundbar portion, you'll notice that I have it in game mode, which you can change the sound effect right there. All that stuff. Look at all that nonsense. Pretty cool. You can also change the volume. You can change the functions. So you can have it as optical, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, HDMI, and USB. Now, one thing that the instructions don't tell you is that the optical and the HDMI eARC share the same input, the same one. So you have to be aware of that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and turn the TV on so I can actually show you. Okay. Now, TV's on. The app's being stupid. Oh, there you go. Okay, so with the app, for the TV app portion of it, you can change all of your inputs. You can even use your phone as a remote, or you can connect the camera, or do anything like that. Also, something else that they won't show you that you have to figure out for yourself. So let's go into settings. Let's go right here. Okay, sound, Advanced settings. Actually, no. Backtrack. So when it comes to this, just like with your soundbar, the TV has to be set up. It doesn't do it automatically. It didn't do it automatically for me, at least. You have to basically go ahead and choose optical plus optical device plus TV speakers, and it will eventually change to what you see right now, which is Wall Orchestra. Now, me personally, I love Orchestra. Let me show you this now. I'm gonna go ahead and go to Home Hub. Now, if you have Wild Orchestra set up correctly, it will show up right here. And then you should see that. As long as Wild Orchestra is set up correctly, you should see that. And with that said, let's get out of all this. Exit. And now I'm going to turn this sucker off. Okay, so now that I have gone through showing you the box, showing you my setup, how I set everything up, and showing you all the apps that you need and the manual. I actually didn't show you the manual, but I think you could probably figure that out. Here are my thoughts. It took me no shit like 3.5 days to set this damn thing up the way I wanted it to. I was extremely frustrated on my ropes of actually boxing this sucker up and bringing it back to Best Buy. But then something happened. I started thinking about it in terms of almost like Apple devices. You see, Apple devices, the reason why I love its ecosystem is because everything talks to each other organically. Well, guess what? That's exactly the way LG views their devices. Everything talks to each other organically. You just have to know how to set it all up. So, if I was to rate this system 1 out of 5 in different categories, setup a 3. And the reason why I rated a 3 is because you really have to be paying attention to what you're doing. You have to be willing to do some research to get everything the way you want it to, because it doesn't always just click and happen. You know, once you get it set up, oh, everything purrs. It works. It really just works. It's amazing. Um, Ease of use after setting it up, it's easy. It's really easy to use. Um, I have seen some reviews on Best Buy and some people bitching about the subwoofer. I don't know what they're talking about. This subwoofer rumbles. I'm talking, it's got booming bass, especially in my living room with hardwood floors. Let's see here. I do love Well Orchestra simply because it really does feel like you're in a bubble of sound, especially when you're listening to something in Dolby Atmos. It quite literally feels like you're in a bubble of sound. And it's funny because if I were in my kitchen and we have a movie playing, I can hear it, but just not that well. But the moment we pass a certain point, it's all around you, just sucks you in. It's great. So, should you get this soundbar? If you are willing to spend $700, because that's what I paid. I paid 700 because it was on sale. I am not paying $900 for that. It's too rich for my blood. I know, $200 difference. What the hell, right? But for me, I love buying things on sale. And for me, the reason why I wanted this soundbar in the first place was because we had a Vizio soundbar and it just wasn't working. Every time the LG TV would, you know, update, it would act like it didn't want anything to do with my soundbar, and I'd be spending 5, 10, 15 minutes trying to get the damn thing to work. But with this one, it's like, oh, you updated, cool. Well, I'm right there with you. Let's go, dude. Let's rock and roll. And I'm just like, you know what? I can get with that, you know? I love it when technology works the way it's supposed to. When it doesn't work the way it's supposed to, it's a little aggravating, but I know that's most people. Anyhow, the sound quality, like I said, is amazing. I mean, I wear hearing aids most of the time. and I'm able to hear voices. Now it does market the whole center channel for pumping the sound up. I have not tried the clear voice option yet, which I probably should, but I haven't tried it yet. But I have noticed on a lot of movies, TV shows, and even some of my video games, the voices are a lot more punchy. They're a lot more clear. And I have noticed that the sound is a lot more clear as well. So for me, for my thoughts, if you have if you have a living room about my size or a little bit bigger, 7.1 is almost on the verge of overkill. Almost. You could probably get away with a 5.1. Um, you do not need a 9.1 because a 9.1 would just be like earth shattering basically for your living room. But for me, from my experience, I definitely say if you already have an LG C3 or G4 or whatever LG OLED Evo TV, this is definitely a perfect soundbar for it. Definitely. If you don't own an LG and you still want the LG soundbar, like you don't own the TV but you still want soundbar, more power to you. I mean, you'll get good sound, but it won't be the best. But yeah, for my take, get it if you're willing to spend the money for really good sound, and if you have an LG TV to pair it with. Do not get it if A, you don't have an LG TV, or B, you're not particularly tech savvy and you don't feel like paying the Geek Squad to install it for you. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this very rough draft review that I just did because, I mean, let's face it, I don't have all the crazy bells and whistles that all these other YouTubers have, like Final Cut Pro and all that nonsense. But this is just me testing the waters and seeing if I can get some views and get some feedback. Anyways, thank you. Until next time.